Well, book lovers might call it the most wonderful time of the year. We're almost exactly 24 hours away from the 2025 edition of Bookstock in Livonia.
We're going to talk about how you can get a first look at what is for sale. Neil Rubin with Bookstock is here, the honorary chairperson of Bookstock. Okay, so we've talked about this every year, but I want to keep reminding people this is such a big deal because you can get so many books for such a great deal.
It is kind of unbelievable. 400,000 used books, DVDs, CDs, records, whatever, end-to-end at Laurel Park Place Mall in Livonia. It's Bookstock, Michigan's largest used book and media sale, and all for charity. We've distributed $3.3 million so far to literacy and education projects.
What I love is just the entrance. Like, you guys go big with the marching band and the line.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a crowd as you kind of open the doors. What is sort of that endearing hook when it comes to physical books, the printed word that brings folks back year after year, you think?
You know, I think it's just the feeling of a book right here. We wondered, frankly, 10, 15 years ago, you know, are we selling the world's best buggy whips? Are we obsolete? But we actually get more donations and sell more books every year. And to me, it's a perfect recycling. People want to get books out of the basement and back in laps where they belong.
I'm always amazed too by the organization, because when you have almost 500,000 books, you'd think that they'd just be in piles everywhere. But
they are in piles, but it's organized.
But it's organized piles. Like if you want, a thriller, if you want, a romantic comedy kind of book, it's all there.
It is, and it takes thousands of volunteer hours to get it all sorted out, but they are categorized. I always worry that, people will think 400,000 books. Well, first off, we have to put out new stuff every day because we can't display it all at once, which is why some people come back 2, 3, 4 times.
As you should.
But, yeah, absolutely. But I also worry that people think it's like this Mount Everest of books in the middle of the mall, and you got to climb up 30 feet to get the one you want. No,
that would be fun to watch, though.
It would be.
It's giving me Beauty and the Beast vibes. Remember when she's in the library?
Very much, absolutely. But no, it's all categorized. Whatever your passion is, you can go right to it somewhere in the mall.
And you talked about all the money that's raised. Let's talk about how that benefits folks who live in our community.
Absolutely. Lots of nonprofits over the years who we've worked with, who work with literacy. Oakland Literacy Council has been a big partner. Brilliant Detroit, which sort of puts learning centers in neighborhoods in the city. This is great on live TV. I've forgotten the name of the organization I'm about to mention. But
they do great work.
By golly, it's a nonprofit that helps prisoners record children's books so that their kids on the outside can have an incarcerated parent read them bedtime stories.
What a niche idea.
That's a great idea.
I get chills every time I think
Yeah, that's incredible. See, this is why it's so good to come out. You can get some great books for yourself and also help a really wonderful nonprofit doing great things.
Neil, thank you so much. Just so you know, tomorrow there is a pre-sale happening. You can be there. And of course, it runs the 27th through the 4th. The pre-sale is tomorrow. Admission, $25. There are special discount days, Teacher Appreciation Day.
Oh, you should go on Teacher Appreciation Day.
I should, the 29th and 30th. Or you can also read bookstockmi.org for more information.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Delighted to be here.
Thanks,
Thank
Neil.
you.
Still ahead on this Saturday, from mourning to moving forward.
Next, we sit down with Father Mario Amore with the Cathedral of the Most Blessed Sacrament about Pope Francis's funeral and the next steps for the Catholic Church.